This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, madam. Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. I got a call
No
from.
problem. Yeah.
So now we are discussing about the scripting mode, right? So you are writing
Yes.
an exam, right click on it. So you can open it either Python ideally or mm, SpyCharm or Emac or some. What are the IDs you are integrating in your environment? So those editors are displayed. Currently, I am having only ideally. Just I am clicking on it. So the data, the complete program is displayed here. But is it follows proper way? Just see here. I want to execute this. When I want to execute this, in our ideally or immediate code or command and prompt, just you can press the enter. But here in the script mode, you can click on the run and click on the run mode or F5. Okay. Just click on F5. I got an error here. There is an error in our program. Expected and intended block. So why? Because actually when you want to write a function or a method or a class, you can write the square brackets in other languages. But here we can use here indentation. That means you can give at least 4 characteristic space or tab space within the block. So actually when you want to write a program in our C++, Java, .NET, suppose you can write a class A open brace and close brace. You can write complete statements within the block, right? But
Right.
we are not using any braces here. We can use indentation. Okay. So you can take any 4 characteristics gap or tab space. Okay. So all our lines are in the same line. That means all are in the same function or same class. But if we any other statement, line means statement, either zigzag, either you can write here or after this here. That means these statements are not in this block. Okay, that is the way you can use the indentation. Now I want to change this indentation here. Just write it here. How much space it takes? Have space. This is written x plus y, one of the statement which is under our add function or add method. Okay. Generally, you can write in our C or .NET or C++ language, you can write a curly braces here, right?
Yes.
But you are not using curly braces here. Only you are using indentation. Suppose you want to write one more statement here, you can write here. See here. Take the task space. When you take the task space, now these two statements. Suppose you write anything. These two statements under our add function. Suppose you are not writing here. Suppose you are writing like this. Only return statement is under our add method, not this statement. Okay, or you can write like this, like this. So these two are not in the same space. This and double tab space. That means which is not belongs to your add method, which is out of block. Okay, this is indentation. We'll discuss in this class after some time. Here now I want to set the indentation. That means the statement belongs to type, the statement belongs to multiply, the statement belongs to subtract, the statement belongs to add method. So these are the methods we are using in this scripting editor, script editor. Control A, control S. Let's save. Now I can run the module. In the script mode, you can use the run module or F5. See here. Now it displays the shell. Now I want to use that method add for 56, 76. Now it displays 134. Suppose I'm using subtract. 89, 56. Next multiply. This one. Next division. You can use these methods in this way. So this is the way you can use the script mode. Okay, your file name is .py action, that is example.py. After that, you can execute with the help of run mode or F5. This is the second way. Okay, you can write the complete code in the Notepad++ or any other edit plus editors. After that, you can save as an extension of example.py and any name.py extension. Next, you can execute that, right click on it. So what are the editors are available on your environment, either PyCharm or Emacs or Sublime or IDLE, whatever you want. You can open it and save it, run, you can click on the run mode. This is the script mode. Next, third one is IDE. So third type is IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Okay, so you can use Anaconda. Say Anaconda having, either you can use Jupyter Lab or Jupyter, IPython, Spider, Gluis, Orange 3. Even though RStudio is, which is used only in the R language. Okay, so mainly in our real time, either you can use Python, Jupyter, Spider, PyCharm. This is individually you can install it. PyCharm, Sublime Text, or Emacs. So you can use any of the IDE, Jupyter, IPython, Spider, PyCharm, or Sublime Text or Emacs. So in the real time, depending on the project, depending on the company, either they are using Jupyter or IPython, Spider, PyCharm, Sublime Text or Emacs. So I can explain you each and every code. I can use all editors. Okay, I can explain you your Python programming examples. I can use all the editors. Okay, depending on the situation, I can use it. Okay, here now this is Jupyter mode. Currently, I am connected to second version. This is the way Jupyter mode is displayed. This is Jupyter. This is the run mode. Okay. Next, this is IPython. This is your IPython. Next, Spider. So you can write file, new file. Now you can write complete code here. Automatically, it looks like a R Studio. You have the console. So you can write the editors and you can save it as some .py extension. Automatically, you can run the program. The output is displayed here. This is IPython console like this. This IPython console, which is already integrated with your console. So your output is displayed here. And what are the files have you execute? What are the code have you execute? Complete history of your data, the history of your code is displayed here. Okay. Next. So all views are displayed in your console. This is the Spider. Okay, I will use any type of editor to write a program. Almost in our course, I can cover all these editors, IDEs. Okay, you can use any text editing software to write a Python script file. We just need to save it with the .py extension. But using an IDE, integrated development environment, can make our life a lot easier. So IDE is a piece of software that provides useful features like code hinting, syntax highlighting, checking, file explorers, and so on to the programmer for the application development. Using an IDE, integrated development can get rid of redundant tasks and significantly decrease the time required for application development. So our IDLE is a graphical user interface that can be installed along with your Python programming language. Automatically, when you install the Python software, automatically you'll get the IDLE GUI and command prompt line, and when you install it, automatically set the path. You can develop your coding in command prompt also. That is default editors. Okay. We can also use the commercial or free IDE according to the preference. We use PyScripter IDE, PyCharm, or Emacs. So many editors are available, IDEs for our testing, and we recommended the same. It is free and open source. So while the Python shell allows the user to work in interactive mode, the ideally allows to write the code and save it with the .py extension. Okay. Next, the file is known as Python script. Once the program is saved, it can be executed by clicking on the run module or F5. If there are no errors, you observe the results within the fraction of seconds. We'll get an answer. We can get the results. Now we'll go to the first. Currently, I'm using IPython editor. See here. What are the keywords are available? What are the keywords are available in our Python? Here. Keywords are the reserved words in Python. We cannot use a keyword as a variable name, function name, or any other identifier. Okay, your keywords. What are the keywords you have? These keywords cannot use as a variable name, identifier, or function name. So what are the keywords are available? In Python, keywords are case sensitive. There are 33 keywords are available in the 3.x version, 3.3 or 3.2. We have 33 keywords are available. The number can vary slightly in course of time. That is depending on our version. Okay. Currently we are using 33 keywords in our 3.x version.
Okay.
So all the keywords except true, false, none. All the keywords except true, false, and none are in the lower case letters, and they must be written as it is. The list of keywords are here. Only remaining almost we have 33 keywords. These three keywords are start from the capital letters. True, P capital, F capital, and uncapital. Remaining 30 keywords are in the small letters. When you want to use those keywords in your programming, you can use as it is. Okay. See here. What are the keywords are there? False, true, none, and as, asset, break, class, continue, def. So previous program I used def. When I want to use the function, when I want to create a function, I should use the def keyword in front of the function. Def, del is a delete keyword. Del,
Okay.
elif, else if condition. Elif, else, except, finally, for, from, global, if, import, in, is, lambda, not, or, pass, raise, return, try, while, with, and yield. So these are the reserved keywords. These keywords you cannot use as a variable name, identifier, and a function name. Okay. These are all reserved keywords. When you want to use your program, as it is, you can use it. Only accept these keywords: true, false, and none start from the capital letter. Remaining all are the small letters.
Yeah.
Here I'm trying to define if equal to 90. What I get? I got invalid syntax because if is a keyword, we
Yeah.
cannot use as a variable or identifier. Suppose if I'm taking
Right.
true is equal to 90. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Why? Because when you want to use the keyword, your true keyword is a capital T, but I'm not using capital T here. That's why it treats as an identifier or a
Yeah.
variable. Suppose if I give like
Okay.
this, we will get an error. Okay, this you can display error. So you don't want to use the keywords like this. When I call true here, display the PR. Okay, so this is the way
Okay.
we can use. We cannot use the result keywords here. Next, suppose if I am using any identifiers or variables like our keywords, we'll get an error automatically up to here. When I write finally equal to 56, finally is a green color. Two is a green color. Automatically the reservoirs
Yeah.
are displayed
Yes.
different colors. Okay, but our normal
Right.
display is a black or other color. What are the default settings? So by default it displays a black color. Our variables. When I enter it, I got an error. Here, suppose if I take a equal to 90, it is in the black color. B is equal to 9.8, black color. So you can easily identify if when you define a variable, that variable display any color, that is like a keyword or method like that. Okay, the methods or keywords are displayed different color. Remaining all are in the same black color. Okay, these are the reserved keywords available in our Python. All the
Okay.
keywords at once and trying to figure it out what they mean might be overwhelming. Okay, now we want to discuss about the Python identifiers. Python identifiers. Identifiers is the name given to the entities like class, functions, variables, and so on in Python. What I'm saying, identifier is the name given to the entities like class, functions, variables, and so on in Python. It helps differentiating one entity from another. So that's why we are giving the identifiers. So what are the rules for identifiers? First rule, the identifiers can be combination of letters in lowercase, that is A to Z, or capital letters, uppercase letters, capital A to capital Z, or digits 0 to 9, or an underscore. When you want to define identifiers, either the identifiers are A to Z or capital A to Z or digits or underscore. You can define like this. But an identifier cannot be starts with a digit. Identifier cannot be start with a digit. Next, one where is invalid.
Oh.
Why? Because it is start from the digit.
Yeah.
Try here. Suppose if I define where is equal to 45. So when I call where, now value has been displayed here, 45. Suppose if I am calling one where equal to 45, to display the invalid syntax. Because according to the definition of identifier, we cannot start with the digit when you want to define a identifier. Okay, I'm taking one where, that's why I got an error. Suppose if I like this where one, is it display the error or it continues?
No, it will execute.
it execute. Why? Because you can use the digits after the variable name, after the character, after the variable name only, but you don't want to use the starting of the digit. So when I call var1, this is the answer. Okay. Next, suppose if I take any keyword, that is global is my keyword. So automatically when I type global, it displays a green color. When I give 19, it displays the invalid syntax. Why? Because we are using a keyword to define an identifier. So it's wrong. So you don't want to use any keywords to define an identifier or variable or a function name. Okay. Next. Suppose you don't use any specific symbols, that is hash. What are those? Hash, dollar,
dollar,
asterisk, asterisk, percentage, and you cannot use any special symbols when you want to define an identifier. Here, suppose if I define a at the rate of equal to 67, I got an error because you don't want to use that special symbols. Even though you can write in front of the variable also, you'll get an error.
okay,
Okay. Actually, when you use at the rate of symbol, it displays a different color. Why? Because where you can use the at the rate of symbol, you can use at the rate of symbol at the time of creation of closures in Python. That's why it displays a different color.
oh,
So instead of using inheritance, we can use the closures, one of the topic in our Python. Okay, that's why it displays a different color. Now it treats as a at the rate of symbol is a closure form. So a is an object, but we don't have any object. That's why we got an error. Even though you
okay,
can write like this, a dollar equal to 12, you'll get an error. Or dollar a will get an error. Okay. Here, all are displayed like this, but this is displayed different ways. This is a closure value. These are identifiers. Okay. Things to care about. Python is a case sensitive language. That means variable which is not equal to variable. See here, V is small letter here, V is capital letter here. So those
oh,
are not equal. So if you define like this, you can call any other program, you can call like this. You don't want to call capital V, or if you can define capital V, you don't want to call small v, because these are case sensitive. When you define variables, you can call as it isly in other statements of our program. Okay, that is Python is case sensitive. So always name identifiers that make sense. Okay, next, suppose if I want to define like this, this is a variable equal to 100. This is also an identifier. We are using underscores here. Okay, you can also use like this here. Is var that is equal to 90 here. When you call this, it displays the answer. Now it acceptable. Identifier underscore. When you use the when you have the different words, when you want to define a variable, you can take each and every after each and every word, you can give the underscore. And also you can give the camel case letters. Camel case means each and every word start from the capital letters like this. Is var equal to 90. It is also acceptable. You want to define an identifier or a variable. When you call this display. Okay. In this way you can use it. You need to use the starting from the digits or any other specific symbols, or you cannot use any keywords when you want to define an identifier or a variable. Next topic, Python statements, indentation and comments. Here. So Python statements. So instructions that a Python interpreter can execute are called statements. So what are the instructions I have given to the interpreter? When you press the enter, automatically it execute this. So those instructions are called statements. For example, a is equal to 10. This is a statement. This is a where. This is a statement. This is a statement. Okay. Or b
Okay.
equal to 2.5. This is a statement. Or within the strings, you can use hello. This is also statement. Okay. Next. Also, we have if statement, for statement, while statements. So we'll discuss later all of these. Okay. Are the kinds of statements we will discuss later. Next. We have multi-line statements. How to define a multi-line statements? Multi-line statements. Suppose if I want to define a is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus slash 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus slash 7 plus 8 plus 9. This is a multi-line statement. Either you can use
Okay.
these backslashes, or you don't want to use these things, open brace, close brace, or you can
Okay.
use the parenthesis, you can use the square brackets, or instead of square
Okay.
bracket, you can use the curly braces. You can define
Okay.
your multi-line statements either backslash after the plus, or after when you want to define a parenthesis, or if you want to define curly braces also. When you want to define a multi-line statements, see here, I want to show you to define like this. Suppose a equal to 90. What will happen when I call a 90 display? So b is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus slash. When I enter it, it doesn't go to the next command line interface. It goes to the next line.
Yeah.
Here 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus backslash. Now it go to the next line. 7 plus 8 plus 9. When I enter it, now it go to the command line interface. When I call
Right.
B, now it display final answer 45. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4
Okay.
plus 5 plus 6 plus 1 plus 8 plus 9 equal to 45. Now when you call B, display like this. Or you can define like this also. I don't want to use curly braces. I don't want to use backslashes. I'm using here parenthesis like this. When I call B, now this is the perfect. This is one of the way. This is one of the multi-line statement, or you can define like this, or you can define another way. See here, suppose if I am defining colors is equal to, I'm taking open bracket, red, green, blue, like this. You can define like this. So when I define this, so we'll define like this. This colors is a list. Actually, list is one of the data type in our Python. You can define the multi-line statement like this also. Colors is equal to red, green, blue. When I call colors, this is the red, blue, green. So you can apply the introspection here. I'm applying type method of colors. What type of it is? List. Okay.
List.
When you define the multi-line statement with a square bracket, that is called a list. When you define the parenthesis, that is called a tuple. Okay. Suppose T here, type of
Okay.
so this is an integer. So we are applying concatenate, right? This is an integer.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, I want to define a equal to 90 semicolon, b equal to 78 semicolon equal to 56. This is also multi-line statement. When I call a display answer, when I call B display answer, when I call C display answer. This is also
Okay.
one of the multi-line statements. Okay. Next, we'll
Okay.
use the Python indentation. Already I said to you in the earlier class, indentation. Now we want to discuss what is indentation. The Python indentation, most of the programming languages like C, C++, Java use the braces. Use the braces to define a block of code. Suppose if I want to define class A, open brace and close brace, you can write all of your statements inside the block. Or you can define any function, uh, public public void main or public void. You can define one method, run method, and write your block of code statements in under your method or function or class. Okay, you can write it. You can take when you want to write a block of code under your method, under your class, you can use the curly braces. But whereas in Python, you cannot use any curly braces here. You can use only indentation. Indentation. How to define it? Class A colon. You can write your statements. All statements are in the same space gap. That means all of these statements under our class A. Suppose if you write any line out of the block like this or like this, these statements, this statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, these statements are under our class A. The statement 4 is not under our class A. Statement 5 is not under our class A. Okay, so what are the space you have all of the statements? Those statements under our block, that is under class A or function. Okay, function name or class name under this. Okay, we don't want to use any curly braces. You can maintain the indentation. Here a code of block, that is body of a function or loop, starts with indentation and ends with the first unindented line. The amount of indentation is up to you, but it must be consistent throughout the block. Generally we will take 4 characteristic space or tab space here. Okay, next, here I want to define one example. See here,
Oh,
I'm going to use,
so hello.
yeah, yeah.
Actually, I need to leave now for my cab.
Yeah, already over. Tomorrow we'll start from comments onwards. Indentation is over.
Oh,
Okay, just
fine,
a
fine.
minute.
Tomorrow at
Let me
9 o'clock, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow we'll start from start 9 o'clock.
So Saturday,
Okay.
Sunday we do have batches because tomorrow is Saturday. That's why I'm asking actually.
Tomorrow Saturday I will take the class. Not a problem. Okay.
Okay, fine. So I
I
will be
can take the
joining at
class.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9 o'clock. You can join 9 o'clock.
Fine.
Okay. If I have any
Yeah.
work, I will intimate you. Any Saturday, Sunday, I can intimate you. If I won't take any class. Okay. But regularly I will take Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday. Okay.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay. So tomorrow onwards we'll connect from 9 o'clock onwards. So just a minute, I
Yeah.
can complete this program. We'll wind up it. Okay. For I
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
range, taking here initial value and final value. Column. So automatically take the indentation from here to here. Okay. The cursor is blinking here. Next, print I. Next, see here. When I enter it, automatically prints the all values 1 to 11. Same program I want to define here. I want to apply one more condition. If I equal to 5 colon break, when I value is equal to 5, break it. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I equal to 5. Now it is breaks. Here print and if are under our for loop. Break is under our if loop. Okay, this is the indentation. So this is the way you can
Okay.
use the program. So no need to write any curly braces here. Okay. So we'll
Right.
meet tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.